Donald Trump and golf, it's a pretty odd pairing. Despite his obsession with the sport, everything about his golfing seems a bit off. He talks about his skills like he's a pro, but there are plenty of stories about him bending the rules or mysteriously getting better scores. You'd think someone who loves the game this much would play it straight, but with him, it always seems like there's some kind of twist. It all starts with the man's deep connection to golf, which stretches back decades. Trump didn't exactly grow up swinging clubs on the green, and his journey into the sport isn't one you would traditionally expect from a future president. In fact, he didn't even start playing until his late 20s. But once he got into it, he was all in, turning golf into more of a personal obsession than a casual pastime. His first real connection with golf came in the early 1970s when he purchased a piece of land on the outskirts of New York City. What followed was a project that would mark the beginning of his lifelong relationship with the game. Trump bought the land with plans to build a massive golf course. The development of the Trump Golf Links at Ferry Point was just the beginning. He quickly expanded his golf ventures, eventually owning a number of high-end courses across the United States and even internationally, in places like Scotland and Ireland. For Trump, owning golf courses wasn't just about playing, it was about creating an empire. These courses became a symbol of his wealth and status, often featuring lavish designs and the kind of exclusivity you'd expect from someone like him. While Trump's courses were being developed, he started playing golf more frequently, and this is where things began to get interesting. Trump, like many, was drawn to the game's mystique, its combination of skill, patience, and precision. But he didn't just want to be a casual player, he wanted to be a great player. And here's where the first cracks in the story start to show. Trump's love for golf wasn't just about having fun or relaxing on the course. It was about boosting his ego. He wanted people to believe he was one of the best. Over the years, he has repeatedly made bold and sometimes downright outlandish statements about his skills. In interviews, speeches, and even on social media, he's made it clear that he sees himself as a formidable golfer. One of his most famous claims came when he said that he once shot a round of 68 at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, a score that would be impressive for any golfer, even a professional. The only problem? There's no official record of him ever shooting that low. In fact, some people who have played with Trump on the course have suggested that he frequently fudges his scores, inflating them to make himself look better. In 2016, during his campaign for president, Trump made another bold claim about his golfing abilities. He suggested that if he had focused on golf instead of business, he would have been the greatest golfer in the world. "I'm a very good golfer," he said in one interview. "I play off a 2, and I've played at the best courses in the world." A 2 handicap would put him in the realm of a serious amateur golfer, not a casual player. The thing is, there's little to no evidence that he actually has ever played consistently at such a level. In fact, Trump has often been seen struggling to hit fairways, missing putts, and showing frustration on the course, just like any other recreational golfer. His scorecard doesn't back up the image he's tried to create. To be fair, Trump is a decent golfer compared to the average player. He has the basic skills needed to play the game and hold his own in a friendly round. But his constant self-promotion and exaggerated claims have led to skepticism. It's one thing to be a decent player who enjoys the game, but it's another to put yourself on a pedestal as a near-professional level golfer when your actual performance doesn't measure up. That's where the disconnect lies. For someone who's so obsessed with his public image, it's curious that Trump continues to make these claims, given how easily they can be debunked. In fact, the reality of Trump's golf game is far more ordinary than he'd like people to believe. His rounds are often full of struggles, frustrated gestures, missed shots, and putts that don't quite drop. One of the most public moments of Trump's golf game came in 2017 when he was caught on camera hitting a series of errant shots at his own golf course. This moment went viral, with people pointing out the contrast between Trump's public persona as a golfing great and the reality of his performance on the course. For instance, one of his most memorable moments in the public eye came during the 2017 U.S. Open at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster. Trump, who had been invited to play a round with a group of friends, was seen struggling on the course. While it was clear that he was enjoying himself, the shots were a far cry from what you'd expect from someone claiming to be a top-tier golfer. Trump himself made jokes about his game during this round, which only seemed to add to the disconnect between his public image and his actual golfing ability. The media had a field day with it, pointing out the gap between his words and his actions. But this mismatch between Trump's claims and actual performance isn't limited to just a few bad shots. There have been several instances where people who have played with him have noted that he doesn't play by the rules. There have been multiple reports of Trump allegedly improving his lie, taking mulligans, and even picking up his ball before finishing out holes, an action that most golfers, especially those at a higher level, would never consider doing. This kind of behavior has led many to wonder whether Trump's claims of greatness are, in fact, built on a foundation of bending the rules to suit his narrative. Trump's obsession with golf isn't just about the game itself, it's also about the image it gives him. Golf, especially at the level Trump associates with, has long been a symbol of status and exclusivity. By positioning himself as a skilled golfer, he's reinforcing his image as a successful, high-powered businessman. His golf courses, with their fancy designs and expensive amenities, are just another way for Trump to boost his image. These courses aren't just places to play golf, they're meant to show off his wealth, power, and success. The grand properties are part of his broader need for attention and praise. For Trump, golf isn't just a sport, it's another tool to make himself look great to the world. It's all about how the game can reflect his image of being powerful and successful. But if you take a closer look beyond the shiny surface, the reality isn't so impressive. Despite all the big claims he's made, it's clear that Trump isn't the golfing legend he sometimes likes to think he is. His actual skills on the golf course don't match up to the image he tries to create. Over the years, Trump has talked about himself as if he's a golf pro, someone with extraordinary talent, but when you really pay attention, it's obvious that these claims are more about boosting his ego than about real skill. The truth is, while Trump has certainly done well for himself in owning and promoting golf courses, his skills as a golfer don't live up to the hype. He might have some basic skills, but he's far from the greatest of all time that he often says he is. His performance on the course is often far from impressive, and he doesn't have the abilities of someone who has spent years perfecting their game. Sure, he enjoys playing, but like many casual golfers, he's not great at it. The more you see of his golf game, the more it becomes clear that he's just another player who enjoys the sport but isn't as talented as he'd like people to believe. Trump's obsession with golf isn't just about enjoying the game, it's about using it to build an image of greatness. His golf courses have helped him create a brand around success and wealth, but when it comes to his actual skills on the course, it's a different story. His game isn't as impressive as the image he tries to project. For Trump, it seems that perception matters more than reality, whether it's in business or on the golf course. The truth is, he's not the golfing legend he wants everyone to think he is. Perhaps the most telling aspect of Trump's golf obsession is the way he uses the sport to prop up his ego. Golf, in his mind, isn't just a game, it's a way to showcase his status, his wealth, and his supposed greatness. Whether he's posting a picture of himself holding a trophy or claiming an impossible score, Trump's golf life seems more about creating a narrative than actually playing the game. His connection to golf is less about the love of the sport and more about the image it allows him to project. And in the end, while he might be able to buy the best courses, hire the best instructors, and surround himself with the trappings of success, when it comes to the game itself, he's just another guy on the green trying to make par. That wraps up today's video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time.